So I think first that the stated intentions of the UK government and the President of the European Council and other European leaders is to come to an agreement. Disorderly Brexit, in the words of President Juncker, President Tusk, is in nobody's interests, and all the parties are working towards a form of agreement, both on end state and ideally on transition. What we have to do, and you appreciate this, I know, is look at the tail events. What can go wrong, regardless of probability? And so that's where we have focused our attention. And our responsibility is to make sure that the core of the system, the major UK banks and building societies, are in a position to have sufficient resilience both in capital and funding and business model to be able to withstand the shock of a disorderly Brexit. Then related to that is to identify broader issues in the financial sector that in some cases we can't solve and the institutions themselves can't solve. No private UK institution, in our view, can solve the issues around derivative contracts. There's just not enough time between now and March 2019 to novate tens and tens of thousands of derivative pairs between UK and EU institutions. For that reason, there is a need for, in our view, secondary legislation on contract continuity, both in the UK and in the EU. And by surfacing this issue back in the spring, providing more detail, working with European colleagues, working with the Treasury, we're looking to catalyze that action. And I think these issues are increasingly appreciated. So the relative probability, to some extent, Caroline, from an FPC perspective, we don't worry about being too precise about it because we focus on the tails. This is the clear tail event. And so what we want to do is get out, our job is to identify the key issues and catalyze the right actions.